Hey, good morning, beautiful people. So this morning I was listening to uh, a throwback message by T.D. Jakes, and he was talking about faith over fear. And I know some of y'all don't rock with T.D. Jakes. It's okay. um, but he had this message, and it talked about um, faith over fear, right? And it was interesting because lately I've been listening to Let Them by Mel Robbins on Amazon Audibles. And one of the things that she talked about in the last chapter I listened to was the amygdala versus the frontal cortex in the brain, and talked about the stress and the anxiety and what happens when your body goes into fight or flight, right? And it talks about how your eyes dilate because it wants to, the stress hormones and everything causes your eyes to dilate so that you can have improved vision. Your muscles tighten up just in case you have to run or throw those hands. Your blood pressure goes up so that it can deliver oxygen to the muscles. Your blood sugar goes up to be able to give you a quick burst of energy. Your heart rate increases because it's trying to get everything where it needs to go faster. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your digestive system slows down because that's not really those are not vital organs and a vital system at that time in order for you to in order for you to get quickly out of the perceived danger that you're in, right? So the problem with that is that we let our amygdala, we let those stress hormones take control all the time, right? Because we live in a constant state of anxiety and fear about something that we think is going to happen that has not happened, or we live based on what has happened, and we get a perceived threat, which is PTSD. And so what this does over time is, you know, it causes our body damage. So we wonder why that a lot of us are diabetics, even though maybe we don't eat poorly, Um, but even eating poorly and fatigue is like, your body will say, I need something to eat. I need this to eat. If you're tired, your body is gonna crave some sugar and some immediate energy. You're gonna want to eat unhealthy foods if you're tired. Um, and you don't want to go to sleep or you can't go to sleep, more than likely you're going to your body is going to say, I need something to keep me awake, which most of us is going to be like pop, sugar, candy, or whatever. And then we kind of wonder why am I diabetic? Or why do I have high blood pressure when you constantly live yourself in this state of fight or flight, being on, you know what I mean? And then you wonder why the elevated blood pressure has done your heart damage over time because you're constantly living in this state of fear and anxiety. Breathing is crucial. God talks about breathing the breath of life into man. When a woman is in labor, they do breathing classes, Lamaze. If you're in pain, they tell you don't hold your breath, breathe, because they want you to try to bring your blood pressure down. Whenever you feel like things are getting out of control, breathe deep, take a step back, right? Um, and so we're constantly in this place where our muscles are tight and we don't know how to relax, and we have back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain. But it's because we have not taken the time to stop and just breathe and to tell ourselves, I'm safe and I'm okay. We have the processing part of our brains. That's what makes us human beings versus that's what separates us humans from animals, is that we have that ability to think, process. And so sometimes, even if something may be a perceived danger, sometimes you do have to take a step back and say, okay, is this a real clear and present danger, or is this me operating out of PTSD, or is this me making something bigger than what it is? And you just have to take a step back, process. And while you are processing, meditating, and praying, you're breathing, right? And that's one of the things that I learned when I went to the yoga retreat. One of the biggest things that I learned was before we did anything, before we did hikes, ice baths, yoga classes, or anything, we had to sit down, we had to breathe, close our eyes, meditate, breathe. And not just, but deep intentional breathing. Breathing everything in, filling everything up. And that was one of the things that I did not realize. I knew that I was stressed, but I didn't realize the depth of my stress. My digestive system had shut down. And when I'm stressed, my digestive system, that's one of the ways that I know I'm stressed, even though I may not think I am. My digestive system will shut down for a long period of time. And I have a hard time getting it back regulated. Even though I may drink prunes and fresh juice and vegetables and all that other stuff. But I'm saying all this to say, because I know that I'm talking for a long time, because I'm in this relaxed state, even though I have to go to work. I'm saying that to say, take a step back and breathe, process, pray, meditate. All those things are so beneficial. Prayer is you being in touch with your creator, whoever you think your creator is. Prayer for me is talking to God, getting insight. God, what is this? What do I need to do? Do I need to respond? Do I need to not respond? Do I need to just pray and be quiet? Do I need to speak up for myself? And while I'm doing this, while I'm in prayer, while I'm spiritually disconnected from this physical body, I'm being sure to shut out the outside noise and breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe. And when you hear from God, write it down, journal. Because sometimes we'll get caught right back up. Soon as, everything settles, we'll get caught right back up into life and forget everything that just happened. We'll forget about the time we spent with God. We'll forget about that feeling in that moment. But when you journal, it's like, how was I feeling in this moment? And then you can look and see, as time goes on, your progress. Or you can go back when that PTSD starts to rise and say, blah, blah, blah. You can go back and say, well, this is what happened. This is what I went through. And this was the outcome. And I'm still here and I'm safe and I'm a better person for it. Right? So those are different tools to just kind of, keep it together. And just kind of help live a life that's as stress-free as possible, I want to say. So on that, have a great, wonderful, awesome, dare I say, amazing day. Peace.